Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your trusted source for expert guidance on aging safely and independently. Whether you're a caregiver, a family member, or a senior looking to stay secure at home and beyond, we've got you covered. From fall prevention and home modifications to financial safety and scam awareness, we provide practical tips to help you or your loved ones live with confidence. Tune in and empower yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate the challenges of aging. Let's make safety simple.
Hello and welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, where we discuss important topics to help you and your loved ones live safely, comfortably, and confidently. I'm your host, Robin Schultz, and today we're exploring a topic that's especially relevant as temperatures drop and winter weather sets in, and that is winter safety tips for older adults. While winter can be a magical time of year with snow-covered landscapes and cozy nights by the fire, it also brings unique challenges, especially for older adults. From icy sidewalks to heating concerns, staying safe during the colder months requires some extra planning and precautions. So whether you're an older adult yourself or a caregiver for someone who is, this episode is packed with practical advice to help you navigate winter safety. So let's get started. Before we get into specific tips, let's talk about why winter can be particularly risky for older adults. So as we age, our bodies undergo changes that can make us more vulnerable to cold weather. For example, older adults may not feel the cold as intensely as younger people, which can increase the risk of hypothermia. A slower metabolism can make it harder to generate body heat. Chronic medical conditions like arthritis or diabetes can affect circulation and mobility, making it harder to stay warm or avoid falling. Plus, cold weather often coincides with flu season, and being sick and or having a compromised immune system can be especially dangerous for seniors. On top of that, winter hazards like icy sidewalks and power outages can create additional risks. But don't worry, there's plenty of ways to stay safe and prepared. Let's start with staying warm indoors. Keeping your home warm is essential during the winter months, but it's also important to do so safely. So here are some key tips. First of all, set your thermostat wisely. Keep your home at a minimum of 68 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 to 21 degrees centigrade. While it might be tempting to lower the heat to save on energy costs, prolonged exposure to cold indoor temperatures can increase the risk of hypothermia, even if you're inside. Layer up by wearing warm layers even when you're indoors. Think sweaters, thermal socks, and cozy blankets. Layers trap heat more effectively than a single heavy garment. Check your heating system. Have your furnace or heating system inspected annually to ensure it's working efficiently and safely. If you use space heaters, make sure they're placed at least 3 feet away from flammable materials and they're turned off when unattended. If you have a fireplace, use screens to contain the embers. The next thing is to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. If you use gas heaters or fireplaces, install carbon monoxide detectors in your home and test them regularly. Carbon monoxide is odorless but deadly, so this step is crucial. And you also want to seal drafts. Use weather stripping or draft stoppers around doors and windows to keep cold air out and warm air in. Now let's talk about one of winter's biggest hazards, slips and falls on ice or snow. Falls are a leading cause of injury among older adults year-round, but icy conditions make them even more common in winter. Here's how to minimize the risk. First, wear proper footwear. Invest in sturdy shoes or boots with non-slip soles designed for icy conditions. You can and you should also add traction cleats for extra grip when you're walking outdoors. Use assistive devices. If balance is an issue, consider using a cane or a walker equipped with an ice tip attachment for added stability on slippery surfaces. Clear your walkways. Keep driveways, sidewalks, and steps free of snow and ice by shoveling regularly or using ice melting products. In general, seniors should really avoid shoveling snow themselves because doing so can lead to falls, overexertion, and even heart attacks. It's really best to ask a neighbor or hire someone to help. But if shoveling snow is unavoidable, be sure to use proper techniques like lifting with your legs, taking breaks, and staying hydrated. Also, you want to walk carefully. Take small steps and walk slowly when navigating icy areas. Keep your hands free rather than carrying heavy items so you can catch yourself if needed. And you can carry a little baggie of kitty litter with you and toss it on the ground in front of you for extra traction. Also, increase the lighting inside and around your home. Shorter daylight hours in the winter make it harder for older adults to see hazards like icy patches or indoor trip risks. The solution is to ensure adequate lighting inside and outside of the home. Install motion sensor lights for outdoor areas and keep your walkways well lit. And remember, sometimes the safest option is simply staying indoors until conditions get better. Winter isn't just about staying warm, it's also about staying healthy. So here are some health-focused tips for older adults during the colder months. First, get your flu shot. The flu can be particularly dangerous for seniors, so make sure you get your vaccination each year. Also, talk to your doctor about whether other vaccines like pneumonia or COVID-19 boosters are recommended as well. Stay active indoors. While outdoor exercise might not always be possible in winter weather, staying active is still important for maintaining strength and mobility. So try indoor exercises like yoga, stretching, and light strength training. If you're not sure what to do, you can always look on YouTube for videos. There's plenty of them out there for things like chair yoga and stretching. You also want to eat nutritious foods. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grain, and protein helps support your immune system during flu season. And stay hydrated. It's easy to forget about hydration in winter because we're not sweating as much as we do in the summer, but drinking enough water is just as important. You can monitor your hydration levels by checking your urine color. Light yellow indicates good hydration. And also wash your hands frequently because this simple steps helps to prevent the spread of germs that cause cold and flu. Winter weather can be unpredictable, so it's important to prepare for emergencies like power outages and snowstorms. To that end, you want to stock up on supplies. You keep an emergency kit with essentials like bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights with extra batteries, blankets, medications, and a first aid kit. Also, plan ahead for grocery deliveries or assistance if conditions get worse. Also, have backup power sources. If possible, invest in a generator or a battery-powered heating option in case of power outages. Also, stay connected. Make sure your phone is charged at all times and consider having a backup power bank handy. Create an emergency contact list that includes family members, neighbors, and local emergency services so you know who to call if something goes wrong. Monitor weather reports and stay informed about upcoming storms or extreme cold by checking local weather forecasts regularly, and avoid driving in hazardous conditions. Older adults can underestimate the dangers of winter driving, including icy roads, poor visibility, and slower reaction times, so avoid driving during bad weather or at night. If driving is necessary, winterize the vehicle with snow tires, antifreeze, and emergency supplies like blankets and a flashlight. Last but not least, don't forget about social connections. Winter can be isolating for many older adults due to the shorter days and the challenging weather conditions. So here are some ideas to stay connected. Schedule regular phone and video calls with family and friends. Join a local senior center or community group that has indoor activities during the winter months. Consider using transportation services if driving becomes difficult due to snow or ice because you don't want to have to miss out on social gatherings just because of bad weather. Staying socially active is not just good for mental health, it also ensures someone checks in on you regularly during potentially hazardous conditions. So that wraps up today's episode on winter safety tips for older adults. Remember, staying safe during the winter doesn't have to be complicated. It just takes a little preparation and mindfulness. If you found these tips helpful, or if there's someone in your life who could benefit from hearing them, please share this episode. And as always, feel free to reach out with questions or suggestions for future topics. Thank you for tuning in to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care and stay warm. Bye.
That's it for today's episode of the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, helping you and your loved ones stay safe, independent, and informed. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with others who could benefit. For more expert tips and resources, visit seniorsafetyadvice.com. And remember, staying safe starts with staying informed. Until next time, take care and stay safe.